Alright guys, welcome. This is my first video. So I'm just tired of sitting here and doing nothing. These people are really starting to make me mad. And what they're throwing out there in their hypocrisies. Alright, just a little background. Alright, I've been in the Navy for over 20 years. And I'm getting there to that point where I'm going to be out in the real world again. And the things that I've seen over the time, and we'll probably go into some of that, but it's just the hypocrisy of these people and what they're trying to make it look like they're doing, which they haven't already done. Now, when I was in college in '97, I walked away from the Democrat Party. Um, Not to say that I was a Democrat at the time. I was just 18, but just kind of how my family was. It was the Clinton era. I mean, going through that whole Monica Lewinsky things, and then I just started to do a little reading. I mean, it was still the infancy of the internet, and the things that I was finding and everything, and just how racist people were. Like the thing that really got me was Hillary when she said marriage was between a man and a woman. I thought, why? Why is marriage between just a man and a woman? I mean, it could be anybody doing anything, right? I mean, why does it have to be just that? So when I started doing a little digging and found out that, the reason that we had marriage license was to keep people of color and people not of color or people of different ethnicities, different races, from marrying so that they weren't polluting the gene pool. And I mean, that right there sounded like, the Aryan race. And I was like, oh, hell, I don't want to be part of any of that. And then I dug a little deeper, found out they created the Ku Klux Klan and did all this other good stuff. And yeah, I didn't want to be part of any of that. So, um, but I didn't really go into the Republican side either. I didn't know where I fit in. But the thing is that I just kind of put my ideals where they needed to be. And I knew that neither party really in the late '90s, early 2000s was about equality still. The Democrats gave that perception, but they really weren't. And yeah, so uh, I just couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't eat any of them. So after joined the Navy and kind of had dropped out of college and joined the Navy and everything's been working out great. And I've been looking at some of this stuff started making me look and like why, right? Like we're there to defend the Constitution. That's what we're here for, and we don't get to have the luxury of saying what we think all the time, right? We get our orders from the top down, and when they send all of us into wars and do things that don't really make sense, right? Now, I'm all about the humanitarian efforts. I'm all about keeping the waterways open and safe. I'm all about getting rid of the piracy, right? Going after things like that. But at the same time, like, why did we invade Iraq again? And I mean, you could argue that that was humanitarian. I mean, sure, shit wasn't weapons of mass destruction, but at the same time, he was a bad man. Saddam Hussein was a bad man. Let's just face it. Should we have gone in there? It's hard to say. I don't know either way. I don't know what would have been the outcome. What would have happened if he was still alive today? I mean, this is a guy that uses chemical agents on his own people. Doesn't care, right? And that's just it. Like, there's people out there that don't care, and I think that when Trump said he wanted to pull the troops out of Afghanistan, that's what really made me think that, in like everybody came out and said no. What do you have? 7 congressmen, senators backing his decision. 7. Now, granted, I don't think we should pull all the troops out, because as soon as we pull all the troops out, all those people that have helped us and done stuff for us are going to be targeted, right? It needs to be a small coalition to just help maintain the peace. I don't think we need to be the world's policeman, but we've already put them in that state because we've been there over 20 years now, or coming up on it. And we just need to be able to make sure that they are not, we're not setting them up to die, because that would be a genocide of a mass proportion of people that supported Americans. And that would be horrible. Horrible. So, I mean, with that said, but we haven't had any new wars. We're not starting anything new. We're not doing anything to get us to that point where we're going to go invade a country. I mean, the next biggest one's probably China. But hell, they're just a communist regime. They're not even the whole country, right? They just have a people's army. And they're producing genocide right now against the Uyghurs in the west of China, right? So why? I don't understand why the warmonger and going across that. And it seems to me that now, even more so, the Democratic Party is going towards socialism. They're going towards segregation again. I mean, California's trying to repeal the Civil Rights Act. What the holy hell is going on in this country? Black Lives Matter are making it so that, well, they're just trying to make it socialist. They're glorified Marxists, is what they say. Right? And they don't think that all Black lives matter, because if you don't believe in their path, your life doesn't matter. So, I'm sorry, but that's just not right. And on top of all of this, we've got the mainstream media preaching to people of what's right and wrong. We've got the schools indoctrinating our kids into this freaking critical race theory. I mean, critical race theory is about the most racist thing I've ever read. Like, how do you get any more than that? Right? So, you're not judging people on their merits. You're judging people on their skin color. So, it's racism. I don't understand how we keep going back to racism. Why is racism a thing? Because people are keeping it alive. Because it maintains control. Like, why are you doing this? You know, I mean, I don't want to see this country fall apart. But it seems like the very few out there that can't get past their freaking thick skulls, that the shit that's happened to them in their lives is due to their own choices, is due to people putting them down, is due to whatever it may be. But it's never their fault. Never their fault. It's always my fault. It's always your fault. Right? There's no self-reliance. There's no ability to pull yourself up and get on with your life. It's always somebody's fault. Somebody is at fault for this. Somebody is at fault for the color of your skin. Somebody is at fault because you can't get $15 an hour. It's somebody else's fault that you don't have a flat panel TV. It's somebody else's fault that you don't have a North Face jacket. No, it's not. It's yours. Okay? And this is the part that's driving me nuts. We have no self-accountability. We have nobody out there that wants to do better for themselves. They all just want something for nothing. You start giving away something for nothing, and it's worthless. So, what's the point of all of it? I don't understand what the point of all of it is. You trying You Antifa people, you Black Lives Matter people, are you trying to put us back down? Are you trying to instigate policies that take 70 years off the table? Well, what is the whole purpose of all of it? Because obviously you're not going for progress. You're not trying to make things better. You're trying to revert them. You're trying to take them back. You want segregated schools again? Is that what you want? Do you want segregated neighborhoods? I mean, really, what do you want? You sit there and crowd around people and make them raise the fist and take a knee to you. That's just disturbing. Why? Why do you do it? What do you get out of it? What is the end game? What is the overall goal? Because what the stuff you say on your website, that's not the goal. There's something deeper there. What is the overall goal? You want to burn it all down? The Democratic Party just keeps placating to all this. Like, why? Why are you... I don't know, dude. But anyways, this is just kind of like an intro, just to kind of introduce myself. So again, if you want to follow me here at 3 Knots to Nowhere, and we'll keep going through different things. I'm going to try to keep this family friendly and no cursing and everything like that. But I'm also going to be doing this on YouTube and on BitChute. So as I post videos up, and hopefully you guys enjoy them. And if not, then, well, then don't watch. That's kind of your choice. You know what I'm saying? We got choices here. Anyways, thanks, guys.